Hi, everyone. Um, so, as I was talking earlier, another expression within the neo charismatic movement are the indigenous churches globally, but especially in Africa, because that represents uh, the largest segment of Christianity in Africa. Are these thousands? They estimate there are over 20,000 indigenous networks of churches in Africa. Um, and all of them would probably, or certainly almost all of them, would be classified within this realm of neo charismatic or third wave churches. Now, some of these churches, interestingly enough, are heterodox or unorthodox in their beliefs. They stray beyond traditional Christianity, and part of that is due to these indigenous churches not having any access to training, Christian training or training in the Bible. Um, but it also does represent the variety of these Christian groups. Um, but anyway, another expression or example of of um, neo charismatic churches would be the house churches in China. Uh, Now there are, I think, um, perhaps well over 1 million house churches in China. These are churches that daily and regularly face the threat of persecution. Most of them are churches that frequently express charismata or spiritual gifts, and they emphasize strong relationships. Um, they are enormously popular. They have represented one of the great um, stories of Christian growth and expansion in the face of persecution in the 20th century. It's estimated that perhaps as many as 200 million people in China are certainly well over 100 million, but some estimates reach 200 million people are involved in these house churches, and that fluctuates to some extent because right now, interestingly enough, um, um, as um, as the as the government has given a bit more autonomy to what is called the Three Self Patriot Church. Now, the Three Self Patriot Church in China is the government sanctioned Protestant church. There is also an equivalent branch of the Roman Catholic Church in China, which, because they don't want any Western influence in either of those churches, the Roman Catholic branch has no formal relationship with the Pope in Rome. Um, Now, in the Three Self Patriot Protestant branch of the church, they've given them a bit more autonomy lately, which now, interestingly enough, has caused charismatic or neo charismatic revival even in the Three Self Patriot Church. Um, so, but but anyway, as we look at the global projection of growth in in the third wave or neo charismatic movement, David Barrett estimated 20 years ago that the combination of all three movements, the Pentecostal being the smallest of these three, the charismatic being the second largest, and the third wave or neo charismatic movement being the largest, that the combination of all three of these movements 20 years ago was 523 million renewal Christians worldwide. By these estimates, just a few years from now, there would be nearly 1 billion renewal Christians in the world today. I don't think we're too far off of those estimates because right now, currently, as of this year, I believe they estimate there are 800 million uh, renewal Christians in the world today. And if this current rate of growth continues at current rates, it will represent a majority of Christianity by 2050, just a few decades from now. So it's still rapidly growing as the Holy Spirit moves and as people are used by the Holy Spirit in the church today. Renewal Christianity continues to grow and influence the world around it and the church as well. Anyway, I look forward to our discussion this week, to reading your journals, hopefully beginning to read your research papers as well. And I look forward to uh, our video chat session as well this week and our final discussion next week on global Christianity today.